Hey guys, I want to be the first to welcome you to our home box and host of this year's Day of the Dead Rise of 3's competition, CrossFit Catawba Valley. My name is Casey and I'm one of the proud owners of CrossFit Catawba Valley, and I will be your primary contact for the upcoming competition. Just a reminder that you can early register for the competition up until September 30th at our registration partner, unbrokenseries.com/Day of the Dead. Also a reminder, this competition will be comprised of 3 all-male or all-female teams in both RX, scaled, and 40+ masters divisions. Going forward, one workout will be released each week until all 4 workouts have been revealed. Stay tuned to our Facebook event page for the latest post and answers to any questions that may arise. We look forward to seeing you on November 4th. Hey guys, welcome back to CrossFit Catawba Valley, this year's host of the Day of the Dead Rise of 3's competition. We're here today to announce WOD 3, Dead Man's Burden. Just a reminder, you've got about 2 weeks to register on the Unbroken website. Early registration ends September 30th. So let's talk about the workout. WOD 3 is 600-meter run with a sandbag. All 3 members will be carrying a sandbag. The sandbags, however, will be 3 different weights. Catch to this workout is team members may switch sandbags at any given time. After the initial 600-meter run, each team member will do 13 synchronized bar-facing burpees. After completion of the burpees, the team members will then run 200 meters. At station 2, all 3 team members will then complete 13 synchronized get-ups. At the completion of those, team runs 200 meters once again and then completes 13 synchronized overhead squats. Scaled and masters divisions will complete front squats. At the completion of the squats, all 3 team members then take their bags and sprint 400 meters to the finish. Your time is when the last team member crosses the finish. Good luck. Okay guys, on the count of 3, 2, 1, all 3 athletes will pick up their bags and run 600 meters. Note, all 3 athletes have a different weight bag. After completion of 600-meter run, the athletes will complete 13 bar-facing over the bag burpees. Each rep will be completed, counted by the judge when all 3 athletes are laying on the ground after they have jumped over the bag. Remember, the athletes are allowed to switch bags at any time. Upon completion of the 13 burpees, the athletes will then run 200 meters. Note, these athletes will choose to switch bags, and then they will perform 13 sandbag get-ups. All 3 athletes laying flat on their back will come to a standing overhead position. The rep will be counted when all 3 bags are overhead simultaneously. Then the athletes must return all the way to the ground, their backs on the ground, controlling their bag throughout the movement, up and down. The exception to this is the very last rep, where the athletes will be counted good at the top, but not have to return to the down position. At the completion of the 13 get-ups, the athletes will again run 200 meters. At the completion of this 200-meter run, the athletes again choose to switch bags to prepare for the 13 overhead squats. The standard for the overhead squat is the bag must be controlled overhead, hip crease must be below the knee, and return to the fully upright, hip open position with the bag controlled overhead. This may be completed, as demonstrated here, with either 1 hand or 2 on the bag. Important to note here also, please do not drop the bags from above knee height. After the completion Of the last 13 overhead squats, the athletes then sprint 400 meters to the finish. Differentiation for both scaled and masters athletes will be the substitution of front squats for overhead squats. Hip crease below the knee, standing to full hip extension are the standards. All the other movements are the same for all divisions. For the overhead squat portion, the athlete starts with the bag locked out overhead, hip crease below the knee, back to full overhead position with the hip open. Again, the athlete has a choice between 2 hands overhead or 1 hand overhead. Some examples of no reps for the overhead squat are failure to get the hip crease below the knee, also resting the bag on the head or not holding the bag overhead. The elbows do not need to be fully locked out. Resting the arm or hand on the leg during a one-handed overhead squat will also be a no rep. A reminder, the standard for the get-ups will be to take the sandbag to the fully laying down position to the fully upright position in control of the bag. Laying the bag on the ground, as demonstrated here, would be a no rep. Also, standing, not taking the bag to full extension overhead would be a no rep. The bag simply must get above your head. Also, laying the bag on the ground at the bottom of the rep will also be a no rep. Standard for the burpee will be chest and thighs on the ground and a jump over the sandbag for all divisions. A step over the bag, as the athlete does here, will be a no rep.